Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. Welcome to my final Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 1 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you are caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Cobra Kai, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case and you find that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. Now, this is obviously the finale of Part 1, and for Part 2, I'm going to try to put the videos all out sooner, which would mean I'll probably put 3 or 4 videos out in one day, but obviously there's been some things that I've been working on that just so happened to fall on this week, and I didn't look at when Cobra Kai was coming out until like a month ago, so it's on me. But hey, I did one video a day from when it came out, and I'll try to do at least 3 the first day, or maybe all of them. That's what you guys want to see. But anyway, if you're a fan of Cobra Kai and you want to see other Cobra Kai content on this channel, with about 20 seconds left to go in the video, click right here. That'll be my Season 5 Cobra Kai videos, and I'll put my Season 4 Cobra Kai videos right there. Again, with 20 seconds left to go in this video, that's the end screen, and that'll be the link to those videos. But with all that said, this will be Cobra Kai Season 6, Episode 5, the Season 5 Part 1 finale, and the title of this episode is called Best of the Best, and this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. So we start off at the doctor's office, and Tori picks up medication for her mom, and she tells him that she is back on track, or they tell Tori that she's back on track, and the doctor praises her for taking care of her mom. Now, she leaves, and then she encounters John Kreese, and he tries to offer her a spot in his dojo, and but Tori denies him and letting him know that she has been fitting in with Miyagi-Do. And then before Miyagi-Do's training session, Sam tells Hawk, Dimitri, and Miguel about Aisha getting into UC Santa Cruz. Now, Aisha, of course, was in the earlier seasons of Cobra Kai, and she left the show. I'm not sure why. She came back for one episode, and I don't know if we'll see Aisha again, but that's why Sam mentions her, to kind of get closure on a character if we don't see her again. And they cheer Miguel up after he tells them that he hasn't heard anything from Stanford, but he hasn't heard anything negative from Stanford either. Dimitri tells him that he has gotten accepted into MIT and reminds Hawk about not applying, and he tells him Michael Jordan's old quote, "You miss 100% of the shots that you don't make." I don't know if that's exactly what he said, but it's close enough. Robbie and Tori practice where he praises her for rejecting Kreese, and Tori tells him to keep it between the two, and Robbie tells her that they will stick together after the Sekai Tekai tournament, and then they kiss. Now, Daniel and Johnny arrive and explain to the students that in order to appoint the captains, he has Miguel and Robbie fight for the male captain, while Sam and Tori have to fight for the female captain. And Johnny trains them with his training methods, much to Daniel's sort of embarrassment. Then we have some grocery shopping. Daniel vents to Amanda about Johnny taking over training. He tells her that he hasn't fully embraced Miyagi-Do despite the training, and Amanda tells him that anything is possible. And then Daniel counters saying Mr. Miyagi never wanted this to happen. And then we have Johnny telling Carmen that the training is well, and that the baby is kicking. And when Miguel comes out, he tells them that he got deferred for Stanford, and they hug him. Tori comes home, but she sees her mom on the ground. She tries to wake her up, but to no avail. Then we go back at the school. Miguel tells Sam that Stanford accepts 15% of deferred students. Robbie arrives and asks him about Tori and tells him that he will go down when they fight. At the LaRusso auto place, Johnny confronts Daniel about putting him on the test drive schedule despite the captain's match. He senses that the reason why he put him for Thursday is to take over the training. While at the park, Robbie texts Tori, but she doesn't answer. Tori is at the hospital where the doctor explains that they discovered that her mother is developing a blood clot, and she berates the doctor for not noticing and leaves in anger. Miguel and Sam are training with Daniel and tell Sam that he really wants to be male captain. Sam tells her father that she's fighting for closure, and Daniel praises her. Johnny confronts Daniel about training Miguel and Sam. He tells them that they are reviewing the kata and that his boss, he tells him to go back to the test drive. Johnny tells everyone he is leaving, but he is stopped by Amanda. Amanda tells Johnny that the reason why he's been acting strange is because of Mr. Miyagi's old box they found in now what will be Chosen's room when Chosen returns from Okinawa. And then back at the apartment, Miguel approaches Robbie and tells him that even if they fight, they don't have any bad blood, and he vents to him about the college, but he tells him about the situation. Before the conversation escalates, Carmen offers burgers, but Robbie, he declines, and Miguel leaves, and Robbie tries to call Tori, but to no avail still. At home, Tori has a flashback with her mom and gives her a colored cap. Her mom tells her that in her drawing, the characters have to learn to work together. Back at the LaRusso house, Daniel vents about Johnny not embracing Miyagi-Do. He adds that he's been unprofessional as an employee, but Amanda tells him that they are still partners. And then Amanda mentions that he's been imbalanced and needs to focus on the present, and that the students need him and Johnny. Before the matches, Daniel tries to apologize, but Johnny understands that he was just doing his job. He adds that even if he is the boss at the dealership, he's still his partner at the dojo. He tells Johnny that he will referee Miguel and Robbie, and Johnny will referee Sam and Tori. Miguel and Robbie's match begins, I should say, and Miguel scores 2 quick points. However, after seeing Tori finally arrives. Robbie mounts a comeback and beats Miguel. Daniel then appoints him male captain for the Saikai Taikai, and Sam and Tori are up next. Then, while the fight is happening, the hospital calls and Amanda answers. However, Daniel notices that Tori's her emotions, and has Johnny call off the fight. And then Tori says that her mother died and that she needs to fight for her. The senseis, Robbie and Amanda, try to reason with Tori, but she bails out. Daniel and Johnny argue about his decision to end the fight. Johnny gets angry and tells him that Tori was fighting through it. When Johnny's mom died, he fought through it. It was kind of like a coping mechanism. Daniel counters, saying that they don't teach anger, upsetting Johnny about how Daniel keeps bringing up Miyagi-Do. And then after he insults Mr. Miyagi, he punches Johnny but apologizes. Johnny unleashes Sensei Lawrence and tells him that after they win the Saikai Taikai, they are done. The two explain that the training is now over and that Hawk will take over Tori's spot. What about Kenny, though? Kenny got kind of screwed out of that position, and Hawk's already had his glory on Cobra Kai. I feel like Kenny needs to be one of those spots, and I'm sure at some point he'll either be one of those spots, or maybe he'll show up on a different team. Daniel tells his team that they will be fighting for Miyagi-Do, and they need to be there for each other. He gives Robbie and Sam their captain headbands. Daniel then gets surprised that Mr. Miyagi fought in the Saikai Taikai tournament as well. So then we kind of do a flash forward where the members of the team, and obviously Daniel and Johnny, arrive in Barcelona, Spain for the Saikai Taikai. And while getting ready, they see the new Cobra Kai, and when Tori arrives with them, the rest of Miyagi-Do is shocked. So you have the members of the Cobra Kai. You see John Kreese there, you see Quan there, but they don't really know who Quan is, and the other people. And then Tori walks up, and everybody's like, oh my god. And that's what ends this episode and part 1 of Season 6. So this was good. It had a better finish, that's for sure. The first couple episodes of Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 1 weren't the best in my opinion. So I'm going to give this episode an 8.8 out of 10. And then my standout characters of the episode, I mean, obviously Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence are pretty much focuses in every episode, but I have to give it to Tori, even though at times I think it was a little bit overacting, but I really like Tori's character. I've always liked Tori's character, and she did a really good job in this episode. And then, of course, Robbie was good. He finally beat Miguel. And then Amanda has her moments, like the concerned mother for Tori. I feel like she's really into, like, Tori and really wants to help Tori. And it's not just a front to try to get the kids to work together. Like, she genuinely cares about Tori. And I'm sure Daniel does and everybody else does as well. But I feel like that mother instinct by Amanda really kicks in. So that's all I have to say. Or you've heard all I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Cobra Kai and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please consider Hulk smashing the like button or karate kick the like button. Share the video with a friend that likes Cobra Kai. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Cobra Kai. What would you rate the episode? Who would be your characters of the episode? Daniel, Johnny, obviously, but who's like the next standout character? Remember to click right here for my Cobra Kai Season 5 stuff. Click right here for my Cobra Kai Season 4 stuff. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You're watching the video anyway. Join the team. Show your damn support to be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.